Here he is, the pride of Jamaica, the pride of Birmingham, England, the one and only, the new 170-pound champion of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the one and only Leon Rocky Edwards. There's only one Rocky Edwards. There's only one Rocky Edwards. Walking along, singing a song, walking in a Rocky Wonderland. There, my man. What's happening, Rocky?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Arrow, I told you.
You told me, man.
I told you what a road, what a way to do it as well. You know, it was a mad crazy fight, but we got the job done. That's the main thing, you know.
Rocky,
I lost my voice.
I know you lost. All
the crying, all the crying and shouting and screaming and celebrating. My voice is gone, you know. But I had to come on the show. I said I would do it last week, and now here we are. With the belt as well.
Freaking
shiny.
I mean, that is shiny as hell. I need to put my sunglasses on. Rocky, I wish you were here. I'd give you a big hug and a kiss right now. I'm so happy for you. Unbelievable what you did. Can you even put into words what the last 2 days have been like for you? Now you're in Las Vegas, I believe. You go from Utah. You have the part. I mean, we're going to get into everything, but just like, are you still buzzing? Are you still on a high right now? And by the way, you're covering part of the camera over there. I don't want you. There you go. Maybe Tim can hold it for you. What else is he doing over there? You know, you need a cameraman. You're the champion, for God's sakes. You need someone to hold your camera for you. You're the freaking man. Tell us, how are you feeling? What have the last 2 days been like? Can you put it into words?
Everyone keep asking me like, how does it feel? And it's hard to put it into words, you know. And I think that's why, like, in my post-fight interview, I was just like crying because it's hard to like, not just the moment of winning the UFC World Championship, but just the moment to get into that point, you know, to achieving my dream and going through all the ups and downs throughout life and throughout my career. It was it's still difficult to put it into words. It still feels so surreal, you know. It doesn't feel real. Sometimes I woke up this morning, took the belt out of the case and thought, oh shit, I'm actually the world champion. I'm actually the world champion, you know. It still feels so surreal. But like I said, I am proud of myself and my team and everything that we've achieved this far.
So, okay, I actually want to take a step back. The week, you know, we spoke to you on Monday, the week in Utah. Was it a good week? You know, sometimes you say things, you're at the press conference, this and that, but we don't really know what's going on. Now, in retrospect, it's all over. How was the week? How was everything leading up to Saturday? Monday through Saturday, like, how was everything going? Were you feeling in a good place? Were you doubting yourself? Were you confident? How were you feeling in those last few days?
I was confident. I said it like all week, last week, that for some reason I felt like belonging, and I felt like that's the way it was meant to go. I was meant to be fighting for the World Championship at this moment. You know, I was saying it all week. Like that's what I felt. I didn't feel nervous or nothing. I was kind of getting worried. I think, well, why am I not like as nervous as I should be? You know, I've been more nervous for previous fights. You know, and I just thought, nah, this is it. This is how God wrote my story, and this is how it was meant to play out. You know, I said it all week. I was saying it all week in the press conference. Like, I felt belonging. This is my moment, and that was it. That's exactly how I felt.
And then what about Saturday? Now, the day of the fight, you go to the arena. Are you starting to feel those nerves? It's all very real now. What were you feeling?
Yeah, 100%. I normally get nervous like the day of the fight anyway. But I normally go like into myself, and I go a bit quiet, and but I always like to still be around my team and being around my having good banter and just trying to make it as normal day as possible. You know, so yeah, I felt a bit nervous going to the arena because I know what the moment would mean, not just for me, but for everyone like me, and like for my mom, for my family, my team. You know, I know exactly what it would mean to them. So it was good backstage when I was getting warmed up. I felt it more and more, and as soon as I walk out of the arena, I thought, nah, this is it, man. This is what you've worked for. You know, this is your moment. Just go out there and enjoy it.
Now, when you're watching, I know you're preparing, you're warming up, but you're seeing the TV's on. You're starting to see Aldo get tired, Rockhold get tired. Were you starting to think like, golly, what's going to happen here? Like, were you starting to get worried about the altitude because it's such a big part of the show?
Yeah, 100%. It was like in the back of my mind, and I thought, why is everyone getting tired? You know, I was watching it thinking, nah, I won't get tired because I've been here for 2 weeks. I've slept in like altitude at home. I thought, nah, I probably won't feel it. So yeah, I was watching it backstage, and I was saying to my coach, I didn't say it to nobody else. I was thinking back in my head as I was warming up. like, oh shit, why am I getting tired, you know? But when I went out there after the first round, my body just, I can't explain it. My body just like shut down, and it was just a weird feeling. Where like run cardio, it's just like more, my body just wasn't reacting. I could, in my head, I could think what I wanted to do, but my body just weren't doing it.
Have you ever felt that way before in a fight?
Nah, never. In my last 10 fights that I had to get to this point to fight for the championship, I've never looked like that in a fight ever, you know. And so even when I was fighting, I thought, mate, I was thinking in my head like, mate, what the hell's going on? And I just like just keep pushing, and I know it's crafty. Your body's feeling it, but just keep working and stay focused. And it's never over till it's over, right? And I stayed in there and got a clean head kick KO.
Now, we'll get to that in a moment, but in the first round, you had his back and it looked very good for you. It looked like things were happening. Are you thinking like, did you feel like you were close to getting him, or did you think this was going to be a part of a long process? What were you thinking in that moment in the first?
No, I knew it would have been difficult to choke, you know, to finish. But I knew once I get on top of him, my ground game is way better than his ground game. So far as jiu-jitsu, you know, he's a wrestler. He likes to be on top. They prefer to be the guy on top, you know. And so I know once I get on top, I'll be able to dominate the grappling part of it. I wish I stayed in mat a little bit more and dropped a few elbows and cut him up a little bit, and then go for the back take. But it is what it is. It did a good job defending the choke. And but yeah, if my body was reacting the way it was in the first round, the fight would have went totally different way. You know, like the first round, I felt normal, and after that, my body just kind of shut down on me, like, you know. So if it was my body felt like I said in the first, like, the way I did in the first round, it'd be a totally different fight.
Did you start to panic because of how your body was feeling? Were you starting to get worried?
I was getting worried for sure, 100%. Cause like I said, it's just the moment was so big for me, you know, and to have just my luck for that to happen, for that to happen, and I thought, nah, there's no way that this can happen, can play out like this, you know, because like I said it all week that I feel like this is my moment, you know, like there's no way, like God brought him to this point to make this happen like that, you know, and that's what kept playing in my head. Like, there's no way God brought me here for this just to go to a decision and finish like this, you know. And yeah, I just, like I said, stay focused, listen to my team. Great motivation.
Okay.
Great motivation. They knew how to pull my buttons, you know, and
Golly.
kept me in there at the finish.
There's one version of this. So BT Sport put out like a mashup of your coach, Dave Lavelle, going from the second, third, fourth round, like really, you know, going in. And then a fan then took that and added the Rocky music. Have you seen this clip? It now has like 2 million.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I've watched this thing, by the way, I think 300 times since Saturday. I can't get enough of it. But you're sitting there and he is like, come on, son, come on. Like he is going into you. Is that common for him to do that to you? Or was that the first time he really went in on you?
Nah, that's nah. It's been like that before, but not like that intense, you know. But it's definitely been like that before, even in training and other stuff, you know. I've grown to look at him as a father figure, you know. My mom saw the video as well. She voice note me this morning, like just crying, you know, saying tell Dave thank you, because I could tell like he really cared about you, you know. And she just like, it was like a minute long voice note of her just crying, saying tell Dave that thank you. I can tell like he really cared for you, and I'm happy that you got someone like that with you in your corner, you know. So for that to come from my mom, it's amazing, man. And he did a great job, you know. I sent him the voice note as well, and he teared up as well, you know.
Oh, it was amazing. So, how long have you known Dave for?
Since I started MMA, like I probably said 18.
So when you walked into that gym, when your mom told he was there?
Yeah.
Come on, that is unbelievable.
When I walked into the gym, but I weren't working with Dave. I wasn't working with Dave before, you know. He was there, but we weren't like close before. We kind of got close as I said, like 2-3 years in. I started working more with him, and we got more close. He's got like a few sons as well, which is similar ages.
Okay.
I got close with his sons, and yeah, from then just I adopted him like a father figure, you know.
So when he's telling you stop feeling sorry for yourself, and you're kind of looking, you're not looking at him, and you're looking, were you in fact feeling sorry for yourself?
No, I'm feeling sorry for myself. I was feeling like, I started to explain it. I wasn't sorry for myself. I was thinking, like, there's no way this is playing out like this. it's off freaking head, you know. Like there's no way I can let this play out like this. And so I think you could tell. You could tell by my face, like, look, like basically what I said. Like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Switch on. Like, you more than deserve to be here. You more than you can beat this guy. You know, you can do it. So just go out there and do it. And yeah, that's what I did.
You looked dejected. Like at the end of every round, you looked dejected. Were you starting to feel like, God, this is slipping away from me? Because that's how your body looked. It looked like you were mad
Yeah.
at yourself. You were disappointed in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought, man. Because that's not me. You know, that's like one of my worst performance ever in my career. You know, and to have my worst performance in the biggest moment of my life. It, like, it's hard to explain how you feel mentally. You know, it's like what the fuck? Like come on, like how is this playing out like this? And it was difficult to to go through it. You know, but it is what it is. Like I said, that was my best performance. That was my worst performance, and he still couldn't finish me. You know, so if it was the other way around, I would have finished him. You know, but I finished him on my worst day, and that's it.
So there you are. There's now minutes remaining. We get to the 4 minute mark, and you pull off one of the greatest moments in the history of the UFC. Could you tell us, like, do you even remember the seconds before throwing that kick? Are you thinking to yourself, is this something that you worked on? Did you know that he would expose himself, like that kick would be open? Do you remember anything about the build up to you saying, I have to throw this because I'm running out of time?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I heard my coach. I think my brother shouted it like cross head kicking out, which is the combination that we drilled many times on the pads before with my coach Henry, and he's saying he's there for the cross head kick. My brother kept saying it. So if watching the fight, kind of like feinting the jab, and it was kind of like parrying the shots like this and going in, and I fake the kick. I fake like the kick, and he didn't move. You know, I thought, oh, perfect, he's freezing. So as I throw the cross head kick, what Usman does, he's got a very boxing orientated style where he parries like shots in, you know. So I knew if I threw the cross head kick, um, at that moment it will land, you know, and it landed clean. I set it up with inside leg kicks and stuff like that. And yeah, I knew it was coming. I thought in my head, this is the shot. So if it's gonna land, it's gonna land now, you know. And I didn't throw it the whole fight. I thought this is the moment. If it's gonna land,
Wow.
I need it to land now. So as I threw it, as I felt my shin just like wrapped around his head, bang! Looked, he folded like like a launcher.
Oh,
I looked at him. I went to like ground and pound him. But as I stood over him, his eyes just like rolling. I thought, nah, he's done. And Herb jumped in. It was mad. It was mad. I remember the moment when I threw the kick, like thinking, like, this is the moment. If it lands now, it needs to land now. And as I threw it, it was perfect.
it was.
It was everything, the way he fainted, the way he parried into it, it was just perfect. You know, I remember thinking it in my head, like, you need to land it now if it's going to land, and it landed.
Can you even describe what it's like when your leg connects with his face like that and his body just goes limp backwards? Like, what does that even feel like?
To be fair, the kick just felt like the kick didn't feel like as hard. To be fair, it didn't feel like I was using the power. Just like I didn't feel it land. I just remember as it landed, as the legs coming back, I just seen folding. I seen folding. I thought, oh no, I've got you, boy. I've got you. As I go to ground upon, like I said, Errol, Herb jumped in and his eyes started rolling. So I thought, nah, that's done. And after that, the emotions overtook me, you know, like, oh man, it's hard to put into words. Everyone keep asking me, like, put it into words how you feel. And it's difficult to put it into words, you know?
I get it. But like for 15 or so minutes, you're kind of disappointed, you're down, this and that. And then all of a sudden that happens and it's euphoria, ecstasy. I think your brother tackled you, your team is going nuts, you're jumping on the cage. That must be unlike anything you've ever felt in your entire life, let alone your athletic career, right? I mean, that's just pure ecstasy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, when you watch movies, you see that people cry from happiness. I've never cried from happiness before in my life, you know. So when I'm like crying from happiness, it was like that's you know, it was really it was such a surreal moment and a moment that I will treasure forever. And to think I didn't know where Utah was. Now Utah's like stuck in my life forever now, you know. It's never gonna go out of my life. And
I love it.
it's it's an amazing story. But yeah,
In that
all good.
moment, are you thinking about the journey? Are you thinking about the last few years, how you were screwed over, the long stuff, the removing? Like, obviously not every detail, but like, are you starting to think about that, or is it just
Yeah,
pure pandemonium in your mind?
nah, in my mind, like everything is like it's like a hit me, you know, like mate, like you did it after all the doubt, all the naysayers, everyone saying, you're 2 years out from through the pandemic, like that's why I was crying on the floor because that was always going through my brain, like mate, you actually did it, you know, you said you would do it and you did it, and even now I'm getting emotional now.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's meant to explain it, and I did it, man. I did it.
And the post-fight interview was incredible because of that emotion. And you know what's so amazing to me about this story, Leon? And
Yeah,
and you posted the clip from our show on your Instagram. Thank you for doing that, of the fans who called into our post show. The guy who
yeah.
people said, "Oh, he doesn't connect with the people, and he doesn't have the personality, and he's not flashy." You have elicited this response, this emotional response. Like, I was doing the show on Saturday, my post show, people calling us from the UK crying because of you. They've never met you before, but you have given them hope. You're a light to these people. Is that almost an overwhelming thing? Like, when you hear people talk about you, about what you did, giving them that kind of reaction, that kind of hope, those kinds of emotions, how does that make you feel?
It's amazing, man. But I knew that going into the fight, you know, because in the real world, like I can feel the love when I'm in Birmingham in the UK. When people come up to me and like even kids and other people come up to me and just say like what I mean to them. I can feel the love. It's all on social media and internet, where it's all like it's fake, you know. But I know I connect to like the raw people. That's why you got them. You got like I'm not phone call. There's all this raw people saying like what I've drawn out, you know, because like I said, I'm from the trenches and I can relate to the way they grew up and the situation they're in, you know. I'm real. I'm as real as it come. I don't have to create like a character and be someone else that I'm not. If I be myself, and I can achieve this, so can you. And I think it's better doing it like this more than creating a character and playing a character. And then it's hard to relate to a character. You can always relate to someone that's real and down to earth and true to themselves. You know, so I think that's the emotions that the fans and people are showing.
I believe in poetic justice, and there were two great examples of this on Saturday. Number one, the last minute. The last minute against Nate, you were robbed of that moment. The last minute in this fight, you come back and you prevail. That final minute of a 25-minute fight screwed you a year ago, and it helped you tremendously. And then the beauty of the moment that we got to see after the Bilal fight, where you called your mom and you were crying and you were devastated that, you know, the victory was taken away from you because of the eye poke. And then we get to Saturday and you're FaceTiming her again, but this time euphoric, right? Like incredible, right? To see that come full circle, that conversation, you walking back, I cried watching that. I'm very close to my mother as well. I mean, the first person you call in the good moments and the bad moments are your mother, right? Like, the mother is there. What was that like to see? Because we could hear her, but we couldn't see her. What were you seeing when she was yelling and screaming and all that stuff?
I just seen like the joy, you know, in her eyes, the tears. She was crying as well, you know. So I was, when your mom cry, it makes you cry as well, you know. So
Yeah.
and there's all in the house, like my mom, my son, is all watching the fight together, you know. And yeah, like it's hard for me. It's difficult to see my mom in tears and to see like because I know how much it means to us, you know. And it's hard to, like I said, to put it into words. When you make your mom proud, that's like every son dream is to make your mom proud, and I did that, you know, and I made her proud, even though we came from nothing. And she got me involved in MMA at the age of 17 just to keep me out of trouble. I made her proud, you know.
You're the man, Rocky. I appreciate the emotion very much. I know you've been through a lot. I'm not trying to make you cry again, I promise.
No,
But that was an
no, no.
incredible moment. And the picture afterwards, you see that one People comparing it to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. You
Yeah.
know the one I'm talking about? That's
Yeah.
incredible stuff. Iconic stuff, man. That's going to live on forever. And it's just amazing that you, of all people, get to have this moment now and get to, be shown this love. And I hope, by the way, you get a parade in Birmingham or some type of, they need to bring you to the freaking, the parliament over there and have a whole Leon Day for you over there. That would be incredible. Could I ask you just one more thing about the phone call when you spoke to your son? He was watching it?
Aaron, Jesus Christ.
Is that going to make you cry again? I'm sorry. These are...
Aaron.
Okay.
He was watching it, he was watching it. Obviously, he was happy for his dad and excited. And I just got off the phone to him a minute ago. He was talking over it again. And like I said, it's incredible for me and my family, for what we've done and what we've achieved. So, yeah, I can't wait to get back, man, and just see them and show them the bout and embrace it,
And you got your birthday coming up on the 25th, right? 31 on the 25th?
Yeah, on Thursday.
Jeez Louise,
yeah.
What a time to be alive. So, okay, 'cause everyone wants to know what's next. We were debating. You got the whole world in your hand. You got the Usman trilogy. Masvidal's calling you out, saying now he wants to fight. You got all these guys who were not paying attention. They called you Leon Scott, this and that. Now everyone wants you. You're the king of the castle. If they come to you and say, who do you want, when, where, what is your response?
I don't know. Whoever, whenever. Also, I'd love to run back to Usman, but it has to be in London, I know that then it came out and said at Wembley. That would be amazing to headline Wembley with Usman. That would be amazing, But if not, like I said, let Masvidal get a few wins. That'd be a big fight as well, I'd love to fucking smack his head off him. But yeah, like I said, whoever, whenever, I'm top of the mountain now, First there's no doubt in my arrow saying, nah. Dana came out before and said, if Usman weren't champion, Kobe would be champion. When I heard that, I was like, what? Mate, the old lad, Kobe had 2 shots, Masvidal has 2 shots. But little old Leon came in with 1 shot and head kicked him.
Gilbert had a shot as well. Gilbert, they said, I said, oh, Leon should fight Gilbert, number 1 contender. They're like, oh, you're crazy. He doesn't deserve number 1 contender. They're like, oh, yeah? Who deserves it now? Can I throw out another crazy scenario that no one's talking about? Could you imagine if Nate beats Hamza at September 10th?
Imagine the scenes. The scenes.
You versus Nate, too.
Imagine the scenes. I'll be.
Would you be open to that one?
100% give Nate a shot.
That would be crazy, right?
Yeah, that would be. The scenes would be crazy. And 100% give Nate a shot because Nate's a G, man. I always said it, even after the fight. He's who he is. He's one of the guys that the game has never changed him. So if that does happen, then Nate's definitely getting a shot.
And what about when? The time frame, when, like, I know it's very fresh, but realistically, it has to be next year.
Yeah, 100%. It'll be next year. Obviously, I have a few injuries I need to sort out, and early next year. I don't want to be off too long, so early next year will be good, like March, April. They don't come to London like March, April, right? So yeah. Right around that time, we're good to go.
And when you say Wembley, you mean the big stadium, right? The massive
stadium era.
Let's go.
Let's go. Big stadium. Bring back. That's what Dana said. It's part. Like, let's get it done. MMA now in the UK is booming. And to have now a world champion from the UK, and all the other guys like Paddy and Darren and everyone else, like, put them all on the card and let's sell out Wembley. Now is the time. Now is the time to do it, and let's do it.
Can you already feel your life changing? Like, does it already feel like things are happening, or is it still too fresh?
Nah, I think it's still too fresh. I can also feel the emotions part of it, But as far as I know it's going to change, but at the moment I'm just like, it's still so surreal. Like I said, I woke up this morning, I had to like touch the bout again. So I think give it a few more days and let it settle in a little bit more, and yeah, for sure. And
just a couple more things. How many times have you watched the knockout? How many times, like, honestly, on your phone, how many times do you watch it?
Yeah, like a million times. What killing me is the memes, It's wild, but yeah, I've seen the clip. It's such a perfect technique. You couldn't have written that technique any better. It was just the way it bit to the feint, everything is just perfect. It's like God given technique. That's how it was meant to land, and it landed clean.
Was there one message or a call or something? I mean, obviously, other than your mom, but like that someone reached out to you, a fellow fighter, a friend from someone that said something to you that really stuck with you, or has it just been like an avalanche of stuff now that you can't really, sift through?
Yeah, just more avalanche of stuff. I had like people like Usain Bolt reaching out to me, and
Wow,
stuff
really?
like that. Yeah, for
Damn,
sure.
you're friends?
Yeah. Well, now we are.
Wow, that is legendary.
But yeah, for me, that's for a Jamaican kid. That's mad. That's big, And I sent it to my mom, and she was like proud of it as well, and happy to see it. But yeah, just I had mom just like a whole leap of things coming in at the same time. So just taking it all in day by day and just enjoying it.
Do you have any
Enjoying the moment for
plans
what
to
it
go
is.
to Jamaica with the belt?
Yeah, 100. Yeah, 100%. I'm trying to sort it out now with Tim and my team, and trying to get over there. And I would love to do like a charity MMA gym for Jamaica. 'Cause I don't think there's no MMA in Jamaica, from what I recall. So I'd love to go out there and try to work out how to open like MMA gym out there, like a free gym, so you can go train and do MMA.
And are you aware of anything they're going to do for you back home in Birmingham when you return?
Not yet, not yet. I've heard a few things, but nothing like specific yet. So I'm hoping a big parade. I more than deserve it. So
You deserve it.
I know I got like loads of news clips. So I'm all over the news and everything. So yeah, we'll see once we get back.
Okay, last thing for you, Leon. And again, thank you so much for doing this. What do you, because I went on this whole rant at the beginning of the show about how you represent every person that's been kicked, told they can't do it, thrown obstacles their way. The last 2 years have been very hard. And it's like this beautiful thing that you're the guy who was screwed so much in MMA by the pandemic. You prevail, right? You give everyone hope. What would you say to someone who is feeling down, who's feeling right now like they are being kicked, like they're being denied, like they're being thrown obstacles? What do you say to that person watching this and trying to draw inspiration from what you did on Saturday?
I'll say just like I said, just first start the belief, and it's okay to feel like, for me, I told myself that it's okay what they're saying, like what they say doesn't make you what they say you are, just believe in yourself, work hard. And like when it was talking down to me, saying now the pandemic, he's been at the ring for too long, there's no way he can beat the pound for pound. I thought that's okay. Like that's okay for you to have your opinion. Like just believe in yourself. Work hard. Put God first. That's number one. And I put God first and believe in my dreams. And that's it. Just work hard, believe in your dreams, and put God first. Once you put God first, everything else just plays off it. And yeah, that's it. Just put God first and work hard.
And that's the truth, because I remember talking to you after every setback, every time. Like I remember the Woodley fight, like we were talking at the beginning of the pandemic, all that stuff. And you were, sometimes I was like, am I more mad about this than him? But you just never let it show. You never let it get to you, or at least on camera you didn't. Maybe behind the scenes with you. And that was the most impressive part. Like you get taken out of the rankings. You have to fight Hamzat 3 times, all that. And it never felt like you cracked. It never felt like you were going to let this beat you or define you. That to me is the biggest and most impressive part of this whole thing that you just did.
Yeah, exactly. And that's for me, like I said, putting God first and believing in myself, and telling myself, it's okay to some moments you're gonna feel down, and that's fine as well. We're not superhuman. We're all humans. Just be yourself. Like when the emotion comes, you feel down. Feel down. That's fine. But remember that just keep pushing, keep going forward, and control what you can control, which is, for me, was return up to the gym, showing up, working hard, and just keep improving. And that's what I did. I just kept showing up, kept believing in myself, even when they all doubted me and said I couldn't do it. I said that's okay as well, and that's it. I just kept telling myself, it's okay, it's fine. Yeah, you say what you want to say, that's fine. But I'll show you, and look at me now. Like I said, look at me now. Look at me now. I did it, and that's it.
Unbelievable. They need to make a "Look at Me Now" t-shirt. Look at you now, Leon.
Yeah.
Congratulations, my friend. You earned it. You did it the hard way. You did it the right way, the fair way. You proved that sometimes good things happen to great people, and you were an inspiration. Well done, my friend. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for coming back on. Enjoy the victory. Enjoy the belt and everything that comes with it. No one deserves it more than you. Thank you so much, Leon.
Thank you. Thank you for being my corner, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anytime. There he is, Leon Edwards, the welterweight champion of the UFC, Rocky Edwards. There's only one Rocky Edwards.